the alternate segment theorem. This theorem is about the angle properties of the circle. Let's see what is alternate segment theorem and how we can apply it on the angle properties of the circle. Suppose this is a circle and this is a tangent line to the circle at this point. This tangent is touching the circle at point B, and this red line is called chord. This chord is a line segment which touches the circle, which touches the border of the circle at 2 points, and this chord is touching the tangent at point B. And this is the second chord which touches the tangent at B, and let's draw another chord, and this is third chord. So out of these three chords, this chord which is in red in color, this red colored chord makes angle 70 degree with the tangent. And these three chords make a triangle, and as you know there are three angles inside the triangle. Out of these three, these two angles which is on B and C, these two angles are touching the red chord. So the angle which is between the red chord and the tangent line, 70 degree, it is equal to the angle which is over here on D. This is also 70 degree. So this is the alternate segment theorem, which says the angle with one chord and the tangent line will be equal to the angle on the alternate segment, which is over here at D. Now let's apply this theorem on different questions. Let's solve these questions in which alternate segment theorem can be applied. So first let's solve this question number 1. You can see here this line is a tangent line and it makes angle, and this is the chord. So the angle with the chord and the tangent line will be equal to the angle A, and this is alternate segment theorem. So this is also angle A here. And we know that this total angle is 180. So 180 minus 110, this angle will be 70 degree. And this triangle is isosceles triangle. So these two angles will be equal. This angle and this angle will be equal angle. Therefore, A is 70 degree. And according to alternate segment theorem, this angle is also 70 degree. Now let's question number 2. Here this is a tangent line. AB is the tangent line and AC is the chord. So this angle between chord and tangent line will be equal to this angle, which is B over here. Therefore this is also B, and this angle 48, it is the exterior angle of this triangle, and you know that exterior angle, which is 48 here, it is equal to the sum of the non-adjacent interior angle, that is 25 plus B. Now by solving this linear equation, the angle B will be 48 minus 25. Therefore, the angle B is, this angle B is 23, and obviously according to alternate segment theorem, this angle B is also 23 degree. Now let's come to the question number 3. Here we have two tangents. And this is tangent AC, and this is another second tangent BC. And according to the circle property, two tangents which comes from a point which is outside the circle, they have equal length. So this and this, these two lines are equal in length. So therefore this is an isosceles triangle. So these two angles are equal angles. So if we subtract this 82 from 180, because sum of the interior angle of a triangle are 180, so these two, the sum of these two angles will be 98. As these two angles are equal angles, so we divide this 98 by 2, 49. So each angle is 49 here. So this angle 49, it will be equal to this angle C. So the angle C is 49. Now question number 4. This is the tangent line, and this angle 38, it is between tangent line and the chord AC. And the angle here is 47, and the total angle on one side of line is 180. If we subtract sum of 47 and 38 from 180, we will get this angle. So let's see what is the size of this angle. It is 95. And according to the cyclic quadrilateral property, the sum of these two angles are 180. They are supplementary angles. So if we subtract 95 from 180, we will get angle A, angle D, and which is 85. So D is 85. So there is another way by using alternate segment theorem, we will get the answer 85. Let's solve the sheet number 2. In question number 5, this is the angle between the chord and the tangent. The angle 72 is angle between the chord and the tangent, and this angle will be equal to this angle according to alternate segment theorem. And now you can observe this line is parallel line. These two are the parallel lines, and the angle 72 and this angle are alternate angles. So this is also 72 degree, and this whole angle is 180 degree according to that angle on one side of a line is 180. Therefore, if we subtract 72 and 72 degree sum of these two angles from 180, we will get this angle, which is angle E or C. And the answer is 36. So therefore, this angle is 36. Question number 6. And this is the chord, and this is the tangent line, the angle between this chord and tangent line will be equal to angle 33 according to alternate segment theorem. So this is 33. And this angle is 90 degree because the angle subtended by the diameter at the circumference is always right angle. So therefore, this angle is also 90 degree because angle on one side of a line is 180. 180 minus this 90, this will give 90 degree. So this is right angle triangle. Therefore, the angle F will be 90 minus 33. So this F is 57. Question number 7. This is the chord of the circle and this is the tangent line. An angle between chord and tangent line is 68. Therefore, this angle will be 68 according to alternate segment theorem. And we know another property by using the another property of the circle, that angle at circumference is half the angle at the center of the circle. In other words, the angle at center is twice the angle at the circumference. So this angle G will be 2 times of 68. That is 136. So this angle G is 136 degree. Now in question number 8, this is the radius and this is also the radius. So this is isosceles triangle. So these two angles will be equal angle. So let's find these angles. If we subtract 88 from 180, we will get 92. As these two angles are equal, so we divide 92 by 2. So 46. These two angles are 46 each. So we know and by using another property of circle, the angle between radius and the tangent line is 90 degree. So these are 90 degree. So 46. If we subtract 46 from 90, we will get angle H, the angle between chord and the tangent. So it is 44. So H is 44. Let's do question number 9. In question 9, this is a tangent line and this is the chord, and X is the angle between chord and the tangent, and it will be equal to this angle over here, which is 56. So X is 56 according to alternate segment theorem. And this quadrilateral is cyclic quadrilateral. So sum of angle D and angle this Y, they are supplementary angle. Their sum is 180. So by subtracting 95 from 180, we will get Y, so which is 85. So the sum of this whole angle is 180 because of angle on one side of a line. So if we subtract 85 and 56, sum of 85 and 56 from 180, we will get this angle. And it is 39. And this angle is between the tangent line and the chord. So this angle 39 It is also 39 according to alternate segment theorem. Now you can observe here line BC and line AD are parallel. So angle 39 over here and angle Z are alternate angles of parallel. So this Z is also 39. And these are the answers of all the 9 questions.